dial 90.3 FM. Welcome to VOP. All right. Well, today is it's been so very cold, and some persons have been saying, okay, well, maybe when we start talking about issues in our country, maybe it will warm us up from the inside. Anyway, well, for some of you who are waiting to actually hear from us, we are here because you are there already. And so don't forget, today is the 18th day, okay? And check your time is 1:12 already. My name is Jude Ikame Jude. I've got with me a former commissioner of police just right here in the studio. CP Chooks is here. Good afternoon to you, sire. All right, beautiful. Let's hit it. Let's move as quickly as we can. But before I get to allow you to speak, let me let.
Why it is what I'll call protest vote. My own analysis. So that is exactly what is playing out.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, the factional chairman also said that he said he remained the only elected national deputy chairman, of the party, with or while other two were their respective platforms
Of tribe, irrespective of religion. So these ones is bringing up is just.
But now do you now think this is one of the reasons why Papa is fighting?
I don't think so.
He feels probably some persons are trying to maybe
I
allegedly relegate him.
No, I I was not there in the court anyway. It's you can see I'm laughing. It's a very laughable expression. You know why? Why is he trying to drag down his principal, which is Obi? I mean, what exactly did Obi do to him, either directly or indirectly? You can see where they have their suspicion is very strong that this man is sent to come and destabilize what they are doing. If you had watched the video and the entire scenario, it was so glaring. He had no, contact with Obi throughout the court process yesterday. So why dragging Obi into what is between him and Abure and others? Obi is only a flag bearer who had come.
He is saying that they have refused to recognize
How that's their internal party
in court and outside the court. Maybe that's why this man is,
Okay, so he had
like
he had expected Obi to come and lie on his feet or roll down for him or kneel down and lick his boot. Is that exactly what he was trying to tell us? Is that what the court is there for? He came to, as far as I am concerned, to gesticulate in the court as if they were doing a Nollywood movie. That is not what the court is for. The court was there for a serious purpose. A court place is not an art theater where you come and begin to, act some script or some roles expected of you in a scene of a movie. And that's exactly what the man was doing there yesterday. And it was not to be that asked them to push him out of the court. It was the order of the court that he was disrupting the process. He was even lucky that the judges only directed that the man.
If the party had done
They are not in Nollywood, movie theater. If he can do that in movie theater, not in the sanctity of a court, where a presidential election petition tribunal is going on. He would have known better. And as an elder, you understand what I'm saying? At his age, well, from my own estimation and from his background, you can see that he's over 60 years. These are elders, sleep like that. And I was like, I hope this man knows that this thing is viral. Why would he be making such a statement when there's a pending matter before the tribunal? If you actually believe, and strongly too, that you're on the same page with the party you're claiming to be their acting chairman, you don't reduce yourself to that extent or to that level. Because the conduct is now sending very wrong signal across board, both to the members of the party and even those of us who are not even members of any political party, and we are just observers. We are like, is this man actually a member of this party, or or is an intruder there? You know. So the way I am making this analysis is the same way I would have made the same analysis if it is APC that is concerned, or if it is PDP that is concerned. So I've taken out this time to, analyze this based on the way I've been following political activities across the parties.
All right. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM.
And even call you if he has reason to do so. Maybe he wants to verify one or two discussion between the two of them. The answer is capital no. If he is, let him bring it out. Then Nigerians will now verify how did that discussion leak. Because it's a private discussion. It is not official. Anybody can call anybody. So as I am sitting now, if I have relationship with Joe Biden and he calls me, it becomes an issue. Or even if I don't have personal relationship with Biden and he is giving that Biden called me or that Blinken called me, and two of them sat, made press release, and have a conversation. Then the thing is public, and the conversation possibly touches on policy matters. That's where you say, why would he do a thing like that? This man has not been sworn in, and you're already relating with him as if he's the commander-in-chief of the... What about the sitting president? Not when people are having their own private or personal or business telephone conversation and you're trying to make an issue out of it.
Hear what Atiku said.
Go ahead.
He said the U.S., he said with the call,
Yes.
the U.S. was acknowledging that he described as a fraudulent process in Nigeria.
No.
With the call, the U.S. was acknowledging
No, they didn't.
what he described as a fraudulent election in Nigeria.
No. That does not acknowledge anything as far as I'm concerned. Let Blinken come out and make a pronouncement or a public statement. Then he can take him up on that. Not when he made a telephone conversation. Is it because he called the president-elect? What if it is himself that the man called? Would that be an issue again? The man is free to call anybody he feels like calling. Because the purpose or the reason of the call has not been made public. It has not been disclosed to us. So why will you jump into a conclusion on what they may have discussed?
Well, in a tweet, what's his name now? Festus Keyamo, also came in and faulting why Atiku will be saying all of these things he said.
That's why I say it's not necessary. It is not. The whatever he has raised is not relevant to the fact in issue. The fact in issue is this man that has been declared as president-elect. Did they follow the due process? One. Did the decision reflect the aspirations and wishes of the people via their voting? These are the things before the election tribunal. So if anybody makes call again, I don't know where the thing has been faulted.
Okay, hear what Keyamo said. Let me
Yes.
quote him verbatim now.
Go ahead.
Keyamo tweeted to Atiku. He said, "No, Your Excellency," at Atiku, "it is not a contradiction. The U.S. and Blinken know you and Peter Obi are
Yes.
behaving like Donald Trump in America." That's what Keyamo is saying. That both Atiku and Peter Obi are behaving like Donald Trump in America. All right, refusing to accept your obvious defeat and relying on propaganda to deceive the world. He went further to say they have your type in the US, so they understand issues correctly. I mean, how would you justify this kind of statement
That the
by
state-
Keyamo to Atiku Abubakar?
The statement is also do I say dramatis personae? That's what Keyamo is. He's only trying to entertain us and juggle with words. The two, as far as the issue on ground is concerned, the two are not the same. The behavior of Trump happens to be against a sitting president, Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm.
The person they are talking about is not yet sworn in, so he's not a sitting president, he's a president-elect. So, constitutionally and by law, the affairs of state has not been handed over to him. So he shouldn't even use that as a yardstick to describe or, denigrate the presence of the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar or the presidential candidate of Labour Party, Peter Obi.
Don't you think, like some Nigerians would say, don't you think Keyamo, is going too far?
That's what I'm trying to say.
With
Yes.
his appointment as, what is it? If you look at it, Atiku.
No, but the thing is this: is some of those people who hold positions in political parties and are around candidates try to show that they are very relevant.
Okay.
Yes,
Exactly.
so that when the time for appointments come up, they will look at the roles they have played so far and see the benefit they are going to get in terms of time of harvests.
Okay.
So that when the yield is being shared, he will say, remember, yes.
Because one of the, what I'm saying is sometimes if you listen to how these guys speak sometimes, okay, like for instance the last incident with General Olusegun Obasanjo. If you see how they speak to this man, if you see how they respond to this man, it look as if is your age mate. For instance, Atiku is 76. Keyamo was born 1970.
Do they look at age?
They don't even. I mean,
They
why do we consider these things? Like, okay, this person is still my father.
No, in politics, that's why they say the politics is a dirty game. And
so you're free to speak to anyone. You can address anyone the way you want it.
Of course. And you do it using the umbrella of the party to cover yourself.
Really?
Yes. Like in the Second Republic, for those of us who are from the Southeast, late Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe was in his 70s, heading towards 80 in 1983, during the 83 election. I think it was 79 years. There's somebody that was young enough to be his grandchild. He was a broadcaster and worked for either Radio Nigeria or NTA. His name is Emeka Obinwa. I don't know where his whereabouts today.
Okay.
He would have been in his 20s that time. If you see the way he was raining abuses on Zeke, all sorts of abuses, that he should go and sit down, that he should go and rest like an old man and allow younger people like Shagari to run the affairs of the country. You know, he was speaking it in Igbo to the extent that he had police protection then. No? And you know, police those days, they used to be very, very powerful. He had cover from both. Then there was nothing like DSS. They were NSO, Nigeria Security Organization. They were covering him. So he was spitting fire. Really, he didn't even remember that the man was old enough to be his grandfather. Or in a bid to be compensated when the government is formed. Maybe they'll say, no, this one is a very sharp person. He knows how to do this politics. Give him an appointment. So that's exactly what is playing out.
To get appointments?
Yes.
Wow.
We are all not surprised. We are used to seeing things like this.
Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Check the time is a minute after 2 p.m. And this time, should I get to open up the studio lines now? Okay, let me touch on the fact that before I get to open up the studio lines, let me touch on the fact that the governor of Ebonyi State, Dave Umahi, has said senators and members of the House of Representatives should be given, a fixed 3-term tenure of 12 years to save the cost of education, new entrants into the assembly on legislative processes. 12 years, CP.
Makes a lot of sense.
You think so?
Because some have made the place their permanent place of our board. In the past 24 years, some people have been in National Assembly. Go and check out. For the past 24 years, and still counting.
So what you're saying is that if you, after 12 years, you cannot come back?
Of course. I wish they will pass that into, whether you call it law or regulation, guiding those that will go into National Assembly. It is very, very necessary, honestly speaking. Because a lot of them have a way of going, maybe they start from reps, or even start from House of Assembly, graduate to reps, from reps to reps, reps to Senate, Senate to Senate, Senate to... They just continue like that. Go and check out. I don't want to mention names, but I know you know them.
Are you sure I know them?
Yes, of course, you know them.
CP, are you sure I know them?
Very certain. Very certain.
Okay.
Okay, if I want to even give an instance, without mentioning name, one of them went for presidential primaries, and having lost presidential primaries, a suit was instituted on his behalf that got up to the Supreme Court, and they took somebody's ticket and handed over to him by the Supreme Court. And he has been from reps to Senate, Senate to Senate, Senate to Senate for 24 years and still counting. Now, the question you will ask, are those persons career civil servants or politicians? They are two different things. Political office holders are supposed to be tenured, and that's why the Constitution gave them 4 years per term. But now the place has become so sweet that they now want to make it a place of permanent, working place.
No,
As a career. They are now, it's no longer career civil servants.
Okay.
They are now career politicians, which is not supposed to be. In fact, it is high time, based on economic realities, that they should try as much as they can to make that office less or least attractive.
That is what I'm saying.
Because
Exactly
if you go to a lot of all these advanced nations or countries, they do it on part-time. They have offices and have legitimate businesses they are doing. You only come, play the role, and you get... Nigeria is the highest paying in terms of emoluments and salaries of legislators. Go and Google it
I
and
think
check.
what
And then you ask yourself, what are you producing
hmm.
in terms of growing, in terms of production in your nation, Nigeria? Rather, what you are doing is that you are gross and net borrowers from international financial institutions. You keep going and borrowing, going and borrowing. That is why you are having about 77 trillion debt on the neck of the nation. Go and audit all those borrowings and the spendings. You'll be alarmed by what you're going to find out. And that is why, at the same time, I fault the Debt Management Office of the presidency, because they ought to be blowing open details of all this debt profile and even advise the government not to, at least the limits you should go. Because the office has this responsibility of, based on state by state borrowing, including the federal government, what are you using these funds for? Taking cognizance of servicing of those debts, the percentage you're using in servicing, as well as what are you even generating in terms of IGR and salaries and emoluments for the public servants or civil servants that you have. You aggregate all those things, and then you know the performance level on those borrowings. So for you to just fold your hand and say you're running a debt management office and a lot of things are happening is very, very sad and unfortunate.
For me, one of the ways whereby we could make the seat of the Senate, I mean, the senators, less attractive, that seat, is to get to reduce how much they get
Of
on
course.
monthly basis.
Of course.
See, giving them 12 years, for me, is really not it. Why not, tackle the main thing? People won't want to go there again. I mean, everyone will feel like, no, that's it. It's too. Let me just.
It's not that attractive.
It's not attractive. That's the best way. Not to be. You're giving someone 12 years to stay there, even if the person is doing nothing.
Do you know that if you see the way even the members of House of Reps move, especially when they go to their constituencies, you'll be wondering whether these ones are their excellencies, because they move in convoy of vehicles with retinue of security in bulletproof jeeps. I'm telling you of reps, so I've not even mentioned that of the Senate, which is the green chamber, the red chamber, the higher level. Okay. It's not like that in civilized climes. If you if you had seen within the social media, you would have seen where the former Prime Minister of UK came shopping in a bicycle. The former Prime Minister of United Kingdom, and when he finished, he climbed his bicycle and rode away.
We can't do that in Nigeria.
Nothing like escorts, nothing like siren. He just rode. And while doing his shopping, he came in alone to do his shopping. Sometimes you can enter a bus and you see them sitting in the bus with you, the masses. I'm talking of bus, moving within the London metropolitan and even in Paris and all that.
In Nigeria, especially Lagos, they use one way. When the traffic is too much, they use one way and use siren. And
let me even tell you one story. In the year 2005, I was having lunch with a friend of mine in Houston, and suddenly the governor of Texas parked his vehicle and walked in. And he said, that man is the governor of Texas. I said, it's not true. You mean he will come alone here to eat? He said, who cares? Who cares whether he's governor of Texas?
Who cares?
Who cares? Because the question is, does he feed any of them? He should do his own. Who will do our own? You see the extent of civilization in that place. And,
Yeah,
and I was looking out to see whether outriders with siren followed him. He drove in alone, queued like others. And, most of the restaurants are buffet. And went to pick whatever he wanted to eat. And after that, paid his... though we left before him. And I was I was really impressed with what I saw.
here in Nigeria, they are demigods. Governors.
We have a long way to go. We have a long way to go. I'm telling you, we have a long way to go.
Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Let's get to open up the studio lines. A whole lot of persons are, they've been waiting to participate. Yeah, time to, hear your own voice, on this. If you're just tuning in, my name is Jude, Ikami Jude. And of course, this is Matters. And the station is VOP. Adar is 90.3. Okay? All right. We're streaming on all of our social media platforms. But I like it when you go to YouTube to join me and also drop a comment in the comment section. Okay? That is at VOP 90.3 FM. VOP 90.3 FM. And of course, use our WhatsApp portal to also send your message. That is 0700 903 9039. Okay? Yeah, that's the WhatsApp number. Again, 0700 903 9039. But then if you want to put a call across, all right, the number to call 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. Let's start from here. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm favored to be the first speaker.
Good. What's your name?
My name is Gabriel. I'm calling from Ikorodu.
Beautiful.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you, Gabriel.
Thank you, sir. For the media, Papa, I kept asking where, when, and how did he become a Labour Party chairman? Who made him Labour Party chairman, and how and when? You see, all through the campaign period, I followed P2B in all the states of the Federation where he went out for campaign. I did not see that man. I did not see anybody that looked like him on the campaign ground. He never showed up all through that period. During the election, he never showed up. After election, he now surfaced because of the impact Labour Party made, and start claiming that he is the Labour Party chairman. And come to think of it, if actually he is the Labour Party chairman, why is he acting in this divisive manner? So his actions are very suspicious. That's why some of us kept believing that he was paid to do what he is doing. And I strongly believe that all these amount to distraction. In fact, he wants to distract that case in the tribunal. But I thank God for the judges, and I thank God for the restraint of our leader, P2B. But then I should have, if I should ask, I would have suggested that they come together and put their house in order, no matter what. Let them come together. Then, if we start, proving otherwise, or that he is not willing for any settlement, then they should now, come out openly against him. So that's what my take. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much for talking to us. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, my brother, Mr. Jude.
Good afternoon.
My greetings to CP himself.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, this is Ibeto from Sulere.
All right.
Yes. About what happened yesterday in the court. Honestly, I'm beginning to see a Labour Party as a masquerade party. I'm sorry to use that word, masquerade party, because if you go through their all what they have been going through, well, I mean, at the antecedent, that party has been so troublesome on its own, giving troubles to its own self. So what they are doing now, they are creating a more problem to themselves because next time, the person will be scared because what played out today may play out tomorrow. So what they think maybe they are doing this to, they don't know they are destroying the party as itself. So I think it's left for them to do whatever they want to do. But I feel sympathy for Peter Obi to have, found himself in this kind of party. Because if he knew, he wouldn't have joined them. Why is it that before the election, nothing happened? And there was no party like that. They were not even making any wave at all until Peter Obi joined them. Then they kept quiet after the election. All of them are coming out. Well, I think it's up to them. It's up to them. Then to the House of Reps, both the upper chamber and lower chambers, as it were, let me tell you, my brothers, if there is anything if it is designed that any of them should be bringing something to the center, they are giving targets to be bringing something to the center, I don't think you'll find them there. You understand? So assuming it's designed like this, what you bring to the center will determine how much you are being paid. I don't think you'll find them there. They only go there to take because they are not bringing something into it. So that's just the way I see it, my brother.
Thank you so much, Ibeto. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call in case you're just tuning in. All right, it matters. My name is Jude. I have CP Chooks in the studio. Good afternoon to you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Come and do that. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm greeting my CP. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you for your good work. God Almighty bless you, sir. Keep you.
And you too.
For being the honest man on this in this Nigeria, this country.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you, sir.
Thank you so much.
And my prayer and my request is that I didn't bring some truthful men who are like you, who will still come out to speak for this country. I believe this country will have a very long way to go.
Amiro.
Just like what the last caller speak. Those of them going to the House of Assembly and others. Yes, because they are living very large because they know that they have nothing. They have nothing to contribute. Just common local government chairman. We the common masses, the ordinary men in the street, cannot even near them. You don't even dare to even come closer to them to even lay a common complaint. Look at even councillor in the street. Councillor in the street that you can easily relate to them. The way they live, because I did not blame them because they were all just going there. They are all just going there to collect our money. Go to local government office. You can't even see them doing anything. You go there, you meet them sleeping. At the end of the day, they collect our money. This country is just me.
Thank you. Thank you so very much for calling. Oh, it's quite noisy. Anyway, okay, let's do more calls now. Like I said, you can send your message right now, and I will get to read it out in real time. Okay, keep sending in your messages, and then back to the phone lines. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to CP too.
Good afternoon to you.
My prayer always is that sincere men, responsible men, decent men like you will be in the corridor of power.
Amen.
I want to believe that Nigeria will change. Then I was following your program, but at the time something cut short my follow-up. Then I don't need to talk about the call from the American Secretary of State.
Yeah, we spoke about that.
Okay. Just like I always tell them that it's high time we become ourselves. We don't need to depend our life on the white men because they too are deceitful. So the other day they said that the election was fraudulent and the show was not according to the international standard, and they come back again to congratulate him. I don't know what we are saying. I don't know what we are following. It's unfortunate, just because we depend on them to make our living. If not, they will not be playing us like football. Then the other one, the action of Mr. Papa is unfortunate that men have sold their conscience because of money, because of power. This thing was least expected of a man of that age. I don't know what the man will be teaching to his children. Is unfortunate. So what I want, because yesterday I followed up your program on that, Mr. Papa, too. So I want to ask Mr. CP, with this thing that this Mr. Papa is doing, will it affect the fortune of Labour Party and Mr. Peter B in this litigation? Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much for calling. Yeah, CP. Yeah.
Well, it has absolutely no effect. What is before the tribunal is for you to come and prove your case. Get all your facts and your documents and possibly your witnesses. Once they are credible and your case is proved beyond a reasonable doubt, you have a judgment in your favor. That's the way the courts run, as well as the tribunal. So the tribunal will not be an exception.
All right. Thank you so much. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Well done. Oh, God will help you.
Amen.
Will help your family.
Amen. What's your name?
I listen to your program. I always, morning and night. That's till 9 o'clock.
All right.
I always listen to it. So I'm very impressed that your guest, you talk about people abroad, the way they do their own things. The reason why that our own people is that when they are going somewhere, they will be blowing sirens. Nobody can pass. Nobody can cross. No, even fruit crossing, you cannot climb it. That's if they want to pass. The reason why they are doing like that is because them too, they know that what we need, what citizens need, they don't provide it. So they are afraid. Yoruba say, "Ẹni tó ṣeun ìtùfù ló máa ń kíyèsí." Themselves, they are not free because all their life is fear, because they know that people are after them and nobody after them. Nobody have their time. But all what they are thinking anytime is that people will attack them. Share you get?
Yeah.
That's the reason.
But
God will help us. And this Lamidi Apapa throughout campaign, that will be campaign. I'm talking to you like this. I'm Fumilayo. And I've wrote that I will not vote again. But when I listen to the way Obi explained himself, I have to go and find my voter card out.
Yeah.
Even I'm the one telling people that please vote. This time is different. People will say they don't count. It's what who they want, they will put. Don't do so. I've been telling people that please, because of our children, because of our grandchildren. But when they announced this election, for good 1 week, I didn't get myself because I'm so disappointed. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. A whole lot of persons were disappointed. CP, it will shock you if I tell you that a woman called me and she said that for like 2 months, is it 2 months or about a month or close to 2 months, that the husband refused to touch her. The husband refused to perform his duty because of the way the election went. Seriously, when she said it, I was like, I don't know, but she kept on saying it, that I've been asking my husband to at least, perform this thing, and he doesn't because at the time he couldn't even eat. Couldn't eat. He was just sober. He was just down, dull, and
Devastated.
Everything. And so the woman was like, please help me call him. Or these people that used to say this thing on the radio, please. So it's crazy. So for this person and some other Nigerians who might fall into this kind of, what do you have to say to them?
Well, in life, situations are like galloping phenomenon. Sometimes it comes up, sometimes it drops even to the lowest ebb. Nigerians should try to be shock absorbers. That, okay, to the extent that they should see situations as not permanent.
Okay.
They should see situations as variables that it will come and go. So if you put your whole heart, your whole mind, your whole thinking faculty to the extent that you start getting depressed, you can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't even function, then it's unfortunate. Because we have a saying in my place that if one person fails to come to market at either Dubai or Ladeko or Oshodi,
Okay.
nobody knows whether you exist or not. So if such person or persons drop dead tomorrow, life will still continue. So why do you bother yourself so much with things you cannot change? These are things that, you see, let me even go a little bit biblical.
Okay.
The Bible will tell you that the wicked shall not go unpunished. Check it out. You have everything, no, but you never have peace of mind. You will never be a happy person, depending on how you have maneuvered to get those things. Maybe by shortchanging, cutting corners, stepping on people's toes and their heads, and in some extreme cases, even sending them to the untimely grave to achieve either power or wealth and all that. It follows you. It goes with you by way of karma, by way of retributive justice and all that, nemesis. So people need to be very, very careful about life and about all those things. And when you look back, there are a lot of those who were very powerful in yesteryears. Today they are all history. What remains by way of legacy is the name they may have built. That is what follows their families. So if they have sown good fruits on good soil, their harvest is usually bountiful because people will continue to look for their, generations, their children and grandchildren, and will continue to praise and eulogize them. But those who sowed wickedness, I tell you, both in their grave, they will never know peace.
All right. VOP 90.3 FM. Let's get back to the phone lines now. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Pipi, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you.
Pipi, God will bless you.
And you too.
Yeah, God will bless you. I'm telling you, you actually follow. I like listening to people like you because when I listen to you, you actually follow. You are current. You don't just say talk for talking sake.
Thank you.
Some analysts they bring to this station, they talk for talking sake. And I hate it. The thing makes me angry. This thing on media, Papa, is doing. Somebody said that it will hinder the party if we do this. It will not do anything. The judges are experienced. These judges, you see, they are experienced judges that were selected. And these judges now, they know what they are doing. Look at the prayers of INEC lawyers yesterday and INEC. They dismissed them yesterday. They were praying to postpone what we used to call it, to postpone this thing to the next 2 weeks. They say no. And they were praying that the INEC should continue, that the court should continue the case like that. When the Labour Party were complaining that they got only 30% out of it, they said no. And the Labour Party council said no, it will never happen. Then these people beg for 1 week, they refuse until they give them on Friday to bring everything. They tell the Labour Party to pay them the 1.5 million. They instructed them to bring all those things Friday. Because then instantly that place, this man, Yakub Mahmoud, set up committee, 2 committees to see to it. And that is the final. And look at now, Lamida Papa, they say that they don't recognize him. They say they don't recognize him, that the person that is in their register from the one is Julius Abure, that is in their register. That they don't have anything to do with it. Papa. And what Papa wants is to destroy that case, to withdraw the whole Labour Party cases. And yesterday he found out now that he has failed woefully. He has failed woefully. That they doesn't even recognize him. That I say that now, that he has failed woefully. That is why he's doing in a skillful way now to penetrate them. The other time he came to the court, the whole thing, Peter, he said, this man stood up and counter everything. He said that Peter, that is calling for anarchy. Stand inside the court. Can you imagine? Somebody who said that is fighting to destroy the party. Oh. Said that Peter, if you are the one that won the election, they declare winner, president-elect, will you be asking that they should not swear you in? So right inside, because all this one is just an enemy that was paid. And the people who pay him are mounting pressure on him to carry out the duty. He's under pressure now because they have shared the money. That is what is playing out now. God bless you. Eh?
Thank you so very much for calling me.
We are doing great.
I appreciate you. Now, let's touch on some messages now before I get to before I come back to the phone lines. This person says, this is a big disgrace and very funny. The media and obedient movement tried desperately to pass the blame on and accused Lamidi Papa, who is acting based on a court order while trying to absolve the one disobeying court orders. That is not fair. Obi at the time lied that he didn't know Lamidi Papa, but this man had evidence of engagement with Obi during the electioneering process. This is coming from Victor. He also said that the tribunal has a lot to do with the party. Labour Party is the party that took APC to court, and someone else is coming up saying he is the substantial chairman when, in actual sense, he has been suspended according to court ruling. Please tell Aburi to come out openly and admit that he has been suspended and the case is still in court. He was not ordered out but asked to sit somewhere else because that seat was not designated, wasn't a designated seat for anyone. That's what this person is saying. All right. He was trying to, well, let me not continue to read all he has said now. Well, someone else is saying that you can see the INEC is frustrating and doing cover-up by not releasing up their full result of the election. That means they have skeletons in their cupboard. They have put Nigerians in this nightmare. And you ask, it's INEC is INEC a revenue generating? It's quite lengthy. Thank you so much. Anyway, this person is saying thank you. The last election outcome has caused a lot of PTSD. Those 2 last callers nailed it. Simi Sola is solo. Thank you, Simi. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Okay, let's see if we can we take calls now before we wrap things up? Or let's say, let me check YouTube and see the comments I can touch there. You know, usually some of these comments are very, very unreadable. But then let's see if we have some I can touch right now. Okay, JD Consult is saying, why is Abure not answering to the forgery allegations? Abure should clear the air on this and see how the Lamidi challenge the outcome. It's very unusual. In fact, APC are miles ahead in this game. Nonso is saying we really need a way to survive the hardship and torture this government brought to Nigeria. A lot of damage was done, and shockingly, the same party won again. All right, thank you so very much, Nonso. Straight up to the phone lines now. and let's hear you before we go. All right, it's 2:34 p.m. already, and 0700 is the number to call. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Please move away from your radio set if you must call. I beg you, okay? Just move away from your radio set or turn down the volume. I say these always. I say these often. Thank you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay. 0700 Good afternoon.
Hello. Hello. Good afternoon.
All right. Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Evangelist Blessing on the line.
All right.
Evangelist Blessing.
Okay.
I really want to appreciate your visitor there. What's his name? Sorry, I forgot his name.
CP
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Evangelist.
Good afternoon, sir. I really appreciate God for you. I said the day you were born, that day is blessed.
Amen.
And I also appreciate God that destiny destroyer never destroyed you when you were young.
Amen.
I just thank God for that. I thank God for using you to do wonders. I've been listening to your program from time to time, and whenever I listen to it, I always feel so excited because you don't do what they call propaganda. Seeing red and call it black, or seeing black and call it yellow. May God really bless you, sir.
Amen.
You are really trying.
Thank you so
May
much.
God keep you alive.
Amen.
No longer life. In the name of Jesus. It is well with you, sir.
Thank you, and you
Thank
too.
you so much for what you are doing.
Thank you so very much for calling.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Let's take more calls. If you are outside the country and you can watch us, you can also call that number, via WhatsApp. Okay? Yeah, that same number 0700 903 You can send in your opinion via WhatsApp or YouTube. Yeah, like I said, we're streaming. Go there and join the conversation. All right? Let's get your thoughts on this. Now, CP, before we wrap up, some persons are, fighting to have their portfolio retained. About some states now, about 18 ministers are lobbying, Tinubu to retain their portfolio. 18 of them, and according to information here, there is a growing, discord among Nigerians or politicians, rather, over secret moves by some members of the President Muhammadu Buhari's cabinet to be appointed as ministers by the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I mean, like I said, country.
Of course.
50 years.
Of course. Moving from the military to civilian government. If the civilian government collapsed like in 83, you see them, they will go and negotiate. They will become close to the military government, get positions. Then when the military exited, you see them again. They will come, hold one position or the other, and kept moving like that. There are many of them. I don't need to call names, but we know them.
Let's talk to this person.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, CP.
Good afternoon to you, my brother.
What's your name and your location?
Well,
thank you.
Okay, my name is Daniel. I'm calling from Ikeja.
All right.
Lagos.
All right.
Okay. I don't know how we are going to, pop the issue of our politicians and their convoy. I remember last year, immediately Tinubu won the primaries as he was coming back from the international airport. We were coming down. I was coming down from what's it called? This Oworoshoki area, coming down to Osho. Do you know that in one place for good 3 hours, no movement, because he was coming back from Abuja that very day. And this man came with almost 300 vehicles.
What did you say?
I was like, about 300 cars. We are following him.
Wow.
I was not told. I saw it myself. About 300 cars. I stood in a place. I parked in a place for good 3 hours. We couldn't make any move. We were parking, just waiting. The police stopped us that we have to wait until until they pass. So we're there for good 3 hours until the man passed. So when CP was talking about a governor in US, okay, I think in UK, that he met in a restaurant. So what do we do to cope the situation in Nigeria? Because it's really getting bad, and every day, even the local government chairman, you can't even assess them. Not to, the councillors in our area, you can't assess them. Not to talk of going to the governors and all that. So it's because, and that is why everybody wants to join politics. That is why everybody wants to be in position. So that because this is the Nigerian money, what they're supposed to use to help the country, to help the masses, they are using it for themselves. So who wouldn't want to be in government with such convoys and all that? So God bless you. And should I always say, I thank you for always bringing this program, enlightening us and telling us the truth. Yeah, from the CP, anytime I listen to him, I get courage. Because honestly, looking at the country, there is no courage anywhere. We are all discouraged. I remember somebody was telling about a woman that called you that the husband refused to perform. Honestly, it has gotten to that point. Because what do? We voted and our vote is not count as long as I'm concerned. Thank you very much. God bless you for what you do.
Bless you too. Bless you too. CP, 300 vehicles escorting just one man.
Yes.
Don't you think this is a black man's mentality?
Exactly. Exactly. And the psychophancy and bootlicking.
300? When he mentioned that, I thought they probably.
But the thing is this: the president-elect didn't tell 300 vehicles to line there. All those people are bootlickers and sycophants in corridor of power. Everybody is seeking attention to be relevant to what is happening. I'm sure on that day, that time he has not even gone for the general election. I remember the incident he's talking about. He had just gotten the ticket as a presidential candidate, and he was coming back to Lagos. It was on a Saturday. Everybody was jostling to be recognized, to identify his or herself with this success story. So I'm sure all the local government chairmen, their councillors,
all of them were there.
They were there.
Oh,
their
really?
boys,
Okay.
errand boys,
Okay.
everybody will musicians, and so on and so forth. That day, Bodilon was like totally blocked. Nobody could enter Bodilon in or out on that particular Saturday. And lo and behold, the man did not tell them to do that for him. So you can see the extent we have degenerated.
No, but don't you think it's part of campaign, actually?
Have we, by then, have they started campaign?
No, it's a way to show to the world that this is the most accepted. This is the man.
No, but it was a party affair then. It has not come to general election.
No, whether you like it or not, campaign starts even before they start saying, okay, you can officially do anything. They want to show to the world that this man is the one we want.
Is that why they should deny the public free movement of vehicles and inconvenience the public? As far as what they showed or displayed was highly unacceptable and inappropriate. I mean, people got stuck all over the metropolis and beyond. It's not a good example at all. And at the end of the day, they are giving cause for people to begin to use the wrong words for the man, the principal. Meanwhile, he didn't tell them to do that. Like, let me tell you one thing about these politicians. Here, they love large convoy, noise, and so on and so forth. As soon as they enter that airport and enter the aircraft and they are airborne, when they get to New York or to London or Paris and so on and so forth, nobody knows that he's existing. No.
They are alone.
They are alone. You see him, he will queue with others. And then you laugh. You say, is this not the almighty governor in Nigeria? I have experienced that. I've traveled on a number of times to US with some of these governors. Not that I plan traveling with them. I just see them at the VIP lounge. I'll just keep quiet and I'll be watching them. Eventually, like we got to New York. I think that was in 2009 or thereabout. And I was looking whether he would be raising feathers the way he used to make noise in Nigeria. Who would take that from him? He has to queue with all others and was busy fiddling with his phone and his hand luggage. Turn by turn. If you try to do any funny thing, the U.S. authorities can decide there and put you on the next available flight and take you back to Nigeria where you're coming from. And there's nothing you can do about that. So they behave themselves.
That's a system that is working.
Of course, they behave themselves. Until they get to baggage claims and collect their luggages or their suitcases. Then you'll be wondering, is this not that His Excellency that is raising shoulders? This system is good, though. It has reduced him to his level. For you to know that you are in a decent society, a civilized society, that raising of shoulder, you cannot do it there. There are even certain things you do, before you know it, the police will round you up and begin to question you, whether within the airport or even out of the airport. And there is a way you will even flaunt money. The IRS, Internal Revenue Service of the U.S., will swap in on you and begin to check you out. If you don't take time, you go in for round tripping and money laundering. And they will so embarrass you. So forget all this. They know what they are doing. That is why when they are here, they want to clean out and clear off the treasury. Those of them who find themselves in position of authority. And that is why they are far from the masses. And that is why by the next election, they are planning of how to cut the corners and get back to that office. Because if you come out and work for the people, they will know. If you improve on their lives in terms of infrastructure, in terms of education, in terms of agriculture, in terms of health, it will speak for you. You don't need to come and make noise when you have not done anything.
All right. Let me see if I can read a few comments here before I run. This person is saying, I'm sorry, Nigerians, you complain of bad leadership, but you are the ones that vote them in. You will always get what you ask for. Okay. Andy is saying, I want Lamidia Papa to answer. 1. Was Labour Party cheated in Lagos State? 2. Was Labour Party cheated in the election in general? 3. Does he possess information that can help the party at the court? 3 questions for this same man. Okay. Let me see if I can touch on some of these. Good afternoon, crew. The next Senate will be worse, considering what Lawan allowed Buhari to have his way, putting us in these nightmare now. Now they want the elected president to choose between Akpabio and Uzo Kalu, who has baggages. Now we have 3 slow-grade mines in a sensitive position in Nigeria. If we allow this, Nigerian will be hot water. There will not be checks and balances. They can never stop or impeach the selected president. It's just anything goes. It's a shame. I wish the court overturned the daylight robbery by APC and must. It's okay. Let's move on. Good afternoon, AZY from Motion. Please help me ask CP what he understands about the 1.5 million INEC ask. He has said that now. That's how when we started. Yeah. The 1.5 million naira INEC asks Labour Party to pay in order to access the election materials. Is this election? Is that election materials?
Documents.
Documents, yes. Not election materials. No.
Documents.
Are they supposed to pay a dime after collecting over?
Anyway, that's statutory. You know.
Good afternoon, Jude. Good afternoon, CP. Great analysis as always. My name is Divine from Ikotun. I have a message for everyone today today, be it politicians or the masses. There is a battle of 2 wolves inside every human being. One is evil anger, jealousy, greed, resentment, lies, inferiority, complex, and ego. And the other is good, joy, peace, love, hope, humility, kindness, empathy, and truth. But the wolf that wins this battle is the one that you feed. The wise, my fellow Nigerians, according to Divine here.
Perfect
I think
analysis.
we should wrap it up here. Thank you so much, TP. I think we have to go. Our time is passing.
Yes.
We really, really have to go. Thank you so very much, for coming.
Thank you.
We'll be here again to talk more.
Thank you.
For those who just tuning in, you missed a whole lot. Okay, immediately after a wrap up now, you'll be able to get the full clip. You'll be able to watch the full clip just right here. Okay, yeah. This channel would show you the full clip, so you can go there and watch it all over again. I'm here with the former commissioner of police, and he said a whole lot. If you're just tuning in, you missed a whole lot. So go back there after this show and get to watch how we started, what he said. He said a lot of things. So go there and watch it. My name is Jude, Ikami Jude. And I want to say thank you so very much for listening to us and for sending your messages and everything. For those who called in, thank you and thank you again. The CP will be here